Hello, my name is Dan Johnson and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the brand new Doctor Who trailer. Wow, we have a full 2-minute 40 trailer today, something that in the Chibnall years we would never have expected to happen, and they probably would have advertised it and spoken about it for a month in various strange ways, and now we have a whole week to wait. We did have a whole week to wait, and we have the Subwave network, but we now have a full trailer, and it's good to see such a different representation of the episode compared to our previous trailers, and for them to be drip feeding us bits of information and various parts of the story coming to light. We know a little bit more information than we did previously about what may be happening, for example, with Donna. We know that Unit, we have Kate Stewart, which in themselves are reveals because we didn't necessarily know that she was going to be in the 60th. I think it was presumed with the Unit return, various things like that, but it's exciting to have these things realised when you begin to see David Tennant with Gemma Redgrave and Unit back again in full force after many years. I'm not entirely sure about the Stark Tower thing that they've got going on. I don't like that. I think in years, recently, I think that superhero fatigue is becoming more and more prevalent with that media, and I think leaning into it because it's still popular is a bad idea by going, here's a reference to, Stark Tower and things like that. I'm not sure if that's necessary, and I feel like Doctor Who needs to remain its identity and not try and be Marvel. That stuff is almost in a decline now, and people are getting bored of that. I'm going to take the glasses off because they're causing weird shadows on my eyes. So we have been given a lovely trailer, and it seems to me like we've been shown a lot of footage, but we've had the wool pulled over our eyes with a lot of it, because we're shown a lot of repeated shots, things we've already seen, elements that aren't massive reveals like Gemma Redgrave. We kind of imagined it, that she'd be there with the Unit connection, but we had no proper proof. And as cool as it was to see, I do feel like there's plenty more to be shown. It's, in my mind, I see it as we've been shown one product currently, and in time, as we watch the episodes, presumably, this sort of expands so that so we think we're being sold one product, and then they go, oh, what about those closed sets that we filmed with at one stage, and where's Shooties in Gallifrey, and then you find out bigger picture elements and other elements of the story. At the minute we've been sold the whole idea of the Doctor and Donna reuniting and there being a great loss, and that's sort of the plot that we've been shown, but there's lots of different elements and characters that haven't been spoken about within the trailer. Anyway, we have Ruth Madeley, who's playing a new role that is also unknown, and she makes like 2 appearances in the trailer. It feels like there's a lot of editing around things as well. There's a moment when Neil Patrick Harris points that big sort of gun at the Doctor, when he's sitting in the big turret. When he runs, or when he turns the gun, no one's behind David Tennant, but then when they cut to the shot from Tennant's perspective, Ruth Madeley and Donna are standing there. So I think that there's a little bit of cutting and pasting maybe, but I love that they would do that, because I don't want to sit down and find that we've got every element already shown to us in trailers. I do feel that slightly with episode 1, because that's the prominent source of the footage has been from episode 1 and the Star Beast. But if you've listened to the novel, if you've listened to the audio or read the comic, then it means that story's out there already, so you can kind of guess the guidelines that story's going to follow. The other 2 are definitely a mystery. There's a few elements in there that seem to be coming through. So, with episode 2, there's something that the TARDIS is super scared of, and whatever that might be, but that's a mystery, and I think that's where everything was closed sets, and there's a lot of excitement to be had with that one. Slowly, I'm sure we'll get reveals of what's being done in that episode, because they're going to have to start advertising it once episode 1's out. And then, of course, episode 3 with Neil Patrick Harris. I don't know if there's going to be much sort of crossover between the 3 episodes. At the minute, we're presuming not, but I feel like if Russell T Davies is Russell T Davies, and he loves foreshadowing, he loves those connections, and I think that to do it as 3 individual sort of movie-like episodes is not something that he'd necessarily be drawn to. But you never know. I may be proven very wrong. But Neil Patrick Harris, I think, is absolutely brilliant. I think he's going to be such a cool element of this story, and the wacky ways that you can make him menacing, and, you know, sort of theatrical elements and dreamlike manipulation, I think is really fascinating for Doctor Who, because it's not something that has really been done. I mean, you have sort of parallel confrontation between the Doctor and the Master, and I think that's probably the closest that we've really got to sort of like a standoff. But in this element, they feel like the Doctor is definitely much lower, like where the Master is normally equal. The Doctor's always on the back foot, I think, with the Toymaker, and I think that's fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing that sort of big budget that is throughout the trailer being used to give us a cool spectacle. You know, the shots with the sort of puppeteer toy maker and things like that are lovely ideas, and I love to see the Doctor put through hell, essentially. I really want to see this villain make a big impact to the Doctor, and it is hinted at massively that he's going to kill Donna off. Not the Toymaker. Ross Richard Davis is going to kill Donna, or make something awful happen to her anyway. Again. And with that, I think it's more than possible. If you know much about Ross Davis's writing, you've watched years and years, and It's a Sin, he will take a character that you like and kill them in a horrible way. So I'm a bit terrified for Donna, to be honest. I spent the entire trailer with my mouth open and just sort of shock, if not anything else. I'm just so excited to see what the plan is going to be. What Neil Patrick Harris is up to. You know, people are fighting each other in the street at one point. What's happening? How is Donna back? How does Donna not just explode? How is 14 going to regenerate? There's so many different elements that I cannot wait to see on screen. And it's great to see Doctor Who pulling a big audience again and have people interested about Doctor Who. For a while, it was a sort of show where people were like, yeah, Doctor Who's not as good as it used to be. And I'm not just saying that about Jodie, I'm saying that about Capaldi's era as well. That entire run, a lot of people just sort of switched off. So it's great to see them back. It's great to see this huge amount of money coming into it. And it's making me really proud to be a Doctor Who fan. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give a like, subscribe if you were new. I'm going to put the glasses back on 1 second because I think they look a little bit like David Tennant's in the trailer, just ever so slightly. That may be my own little bit of delusion, but I keep pretending, so it keeps me happy. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you were new, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.